Of the tens of millions of pages of primary source documents considered for inclusion in Gale's 19th Century Collections Online, what determines which collections, which documents, and which areas of study should be featured in this revolutionary resource? That task is guided by a distinguished panel selected from the world's preeminent scholars, an advisory board of noted subject specialists, and bibliographers helping to provide a global view and ensuring that this program will fulfill the needs of students, researchers, and faculty in virtually every field of study.
In thinking about the 19th Century Collections Online, we really started with end users. We really tried to understand what students and faculty and librarians really were doing in 19th century studies.
We never lost sight of it, and we never stopped talking about it. And about the year 2010, we began to actually understand how to tackle it. And the vision that emerged at that stage was to create a mosaic of pieces and of parts and hold them together with great software, great metadata, great technology, and to create a program of collections that we would describe as provisionally comprehensive.
It cannot be the complete picture of the 19th century. It cannot be every document in the 19th century. So it's necessarily provisional.
It took us several years to create the editorial policy because of the complexities of dealing with so many different types of content. Not just books, but also newspapers, pamphlets, ephemera, posters, very, very large collections of original materials never published before in manuscript form.
We've set a very difficult task for ourselves, but one way that it becomes feasible, one way that it becomes doable, is really by starting with end users themselves.
At Gale, we rarely make a decision about publishing without consulting with our customers. And that is especially true for Gale Digital Collections, because without customers, meaning faculty or researchers or students who actually use the kinds of collections we publish, without their input, we are likely to publish in the wrong field.
We're not just making a series of products, we're making one of the world's largest primary source research libraries.
We established a global advisory board. It consists today of about 12 people. They represent all the regions of the world, from great institutions, from very large libraries and archives, and also very distinguished faculty who have had a significant presence in the development of digital scholarship, to give us advice on what should be published first, how it will match the research workflow, what tools should be created to make the research process more analytical and more in-depth. Also, where to acquire the materials, because of course when Gale creates digital collections, we work with partner libraries and partner archives.
The thing the advisory board taught us was that while what we would be doing in the 19th century is provisional, we could still be comprehensive.
As deep and as rich as possible, but with the acceptance that you can't do everything. So if you can't do everything, do the best things.
19th Century Collections is a global project. It is an attempt to not only capture the print culture, a large portion of the print culture of the 19th century, but we're also trying to capture that print culture across a wide variety of geographical and cultural regions.
One of the most exciting things about 19th Century Collections Online is its global vision. It is very, very large in that sense. Now, our initial publishing in the year 2012 focuses principally on Western Europe and America. In the coming years, we intend to go far more deeply into other regions, sourcing directly from Latin America, from various parts of Asia, and we have conversations already in place with various institutions in Africa to help tell that story as well. It is very much a program which will be built over the years, part by part by part, region by region, and all of this working together. It all has to tie together on the 19th Century Collections Online platform for this to make solid research sense for our customer.
We are bringing research and learning closer together than I think they've ever been brought together before, which means that we are becoming able to deliver research materials like 19th Century Collections Online into the hands of students where they're doing their work, where they're being given assignments, where they are actually performing tasks that they're graded on. And that's an extraordinary value proposition, because we're able to serve the workflow of the student from assignment to research question to product, completed task, to outcome And that's how people learn. And I think we are placing libraries and library materials and research materials not at the periphery of learning, but right at the center of learning.